Well, welcome everyone to the ACT Regional Connections event for 2021. I'm Angus Robertson, a volunteer with Govhack Australia Limited, and I'll be running today's event. Just before we begin, I'd like to pay my respects to the Ngunnawal people where I'm streaming this event from today, but I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the various lands upon which you're all probably viewing this, and all the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples participating in Govhack. I pay my respect to the elders, past, present, and emerging, and celebrate the diversity of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people and their ongoing culture and connection to the lands and waters of Australia. It's delightful to have everyone back. This is our 11th year, I think, as a Govhack community. It all started back here in the ACT in 2009, and it's fantastic to have you join us again for this year. We've grown into one of the largest open government hackathons in that time. And it's an opportunity, I think, to re-engage with community and the benefits that data brings to solve the challenges that we face in our everyday lives and all around us. I'm delighted to be joined today by Ms. Ankana Wiley, the Executive Branch Manager of Data and Analytics at the Chief Minister, Treasury and Economic Development Directorate of the ACT Government. The ACT Government has been a long-time supporter of Govhack here, and we're really excited to have them back on this year. So today's event, Connections. It's all about what Govhack is, how you can get involved, and a little bit about what to expect. You'll get to hear from Mrs. Wiley about some of the work that the ACT Government are doing. And finally, for those of you joining us live today, there'll be a Q&A session right at the end that you can join in. Alternatively, please feel free to jump onto our Govhack HQ Slack channel and post any questions you have in the lead up to the event. We might just start with a quick video about what Govhack is. Awesome, and welcome back. So what is Govhack? Well, we're a non-profit with a mission to use open government data to make our communities better places. We really believe that hack is two parts. It's a quick and an elegant solution to a particular problem, and it's the opportunity to program a computer in a clever and virtuous and wizardly manner. We're really built on a set of values about being inclusive, free, for hackers, about being regional and volunteer-driven, and about being transparent, open access, and fair. Govhack ultimately is about a festival of ideas. We use open government data to make our communities better places. And we realize this by running a 46-hour hackathon across the weekend of the 20th to the 22nd of August in cities and towns all across Australia and New Zealand. For teams that participate, it's an opportunity to mash up and create visualizations of new and engaging ways to use government open data to solve problems. Who participates in Govhack? Well, we're open to everyone, from students in primary, secondary, and tertiary, to public servants, to tech experts, to data lovers, for everyone, from any age and to any skill level. And we're really keen to have everyone from major cities down to regional towns, and it's an opportunity for the whole of ACT to get involved. We work all across Australia with a pretty passionate community. We've had 506 participants last year and over 1,000 the year before that. And it's an opportunity to join with one of the largest groups of passionate open data enthusiasts in the country. So why get involved? Well, 46 hours isn't too long, but the benefits of Govhack are to build those digital and entrepreneurial skills and experience. It's about increasing your own awareness of public data sets and ultimately increasing the awareness of what we can do with those data sets. We can showcase how data-driven approaches can address current challenges, whether that be an economic or a social or an environmental challenge. And we get to grow networks between ourselves, whether that's the student, employees, industry and government, and be the thought leaders of tomorrow. And it's about ultimately connecting us with the opportunities to drive futures. So Govhack 2021 is really focused around 4 key themes: energy and infrastructure, think energy, transport, communications; agriculture and the environment, from digital agri-futures to the digital earth, to our waterways and oceans. All about our digital future, including the skills for tomorrow, how we recover to our economic prosperity and digital services. And finally, health and well-being, from disability and aged care to mental health to emergency response. Really topical themes after the last year in Australia. So what about the open data? It can be a bit challenging as a newcomer. We provide a whole bunch of access to the data sets, but they're all hosted openly on various platforms, including data.gov.au, and for those of us in the ACT, data.act.gov.au. We'd really recommend that you check them out beforehand. There's some awesome stuff on them. And with that, I might hand over to Ms. Ankana Wiley, the Executive Branch Manager of Data and Analytics at the ACT Government, to share a few words.
Thank you, Angus. Hello, Yuma everyone, and also from the ACT Government, welcome to Govhack 2021. My name is Ankana Wiley from the ACT Data Analytics Centre. So from the lands of the Ngunnawal Nation here in Canberra and the ACT, I too would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians on the very many lands we might be meeting from today. I honour and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and acknowledge their continuing cultures and connections to land, sea and community. And I also urge us all to progress our common goals of reconciliation and to work to close the gap between Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander and non-Indigenous Australians. As Angus said, the ACT Government has sponsored Govhack every year since 2012, and this year we really are looking forward to another great event. We love it because Govhack brings people together to develop and share ideas around some of our most complex challenges and using our government open data. So it really does help connect government with the community in ways that we wouldn't ordinarily be able to do. We've seen Govhack mature into one of the premier showcases for the use of open government data in the world, and this really does help government to genuinely realise the importance and benefits of open data, making our data more transparent and visible, enabling its trusted reuse to impact the community in ways that we in government couldn't even imagine ourselves. But no matter which industry you work in, data is helping us all to add significant value to whatever we're doing to make a difference for our customers and the community. And with digital tools now in everyday use in every parts of our work, we ourselves are producing data, or we're using data to run our day-to-day. We're using credible data insights to inform decisions. We're using data to plan, monitor, and evaluate what we do, how we're doing it, and what difference we are making. And as we do so, and as we transform ourselves into a digital economy, we are really collecting more data in digital systems. And so here in the ACT, last year we released the second ACT digital strategy, and we also released the first ever ACT Data Governance and Management Framework. Both of those documents really signals how we are taking better care of the data that we hold on behalf of the community. But we also released one more thing last year, just before the first COVID-19 lockdowns. We released our ACT Wellbeing Framework. And this year we released the data dashboard that goes with it. And really the Wellbeing Dashboard is a really great example of how open data is important to us. Creating the dashboard really did rely on accurate and reliable data from multiple sources, but that to make that data open was really a core design focus. So I suppose we are now signaling our goal to work together with our partner stakeholders, with our data community, to build our data capabilities but to improve the public services abilities to work with data. And we are really knee-deep and focused on making data an essential part of our work. We are concerned with building our foundational data practices. We are making data more discoverable and understood, protecting its privacy and sensitivity where we need to, making it safe and secure, sharing it with trust and purpose to benefit the community. And because we are a government that absolutely values open data by default, we are concerned with making our data safely and securely released on that open data platform that Angus mentioned. So I'm hoping that through this and other Govhack events and the weekend itself, that we are all engaging in a collective conversation about why data is a valued asset, but second, to our people. And that through these engagements, we are continuing to drive better use of data, and that we are actively openly releasing our data on data.act.gov.au. And I suppose that ambition of ours to enable greater transparency, engaging with you and our broader community, and then importantly, how we together working to support economic growth and well-being across the community. So yes, like Angus said, I really do hope you take some time before the Govhack weekend to look at our ACT Open Data Portal and look at what's there. There are some cool functionalities there. You can actually play with some visualizations directly, but also plan ahead on what you're going to do on the weekend. So much has happened since Govhack 2020. Our Govhackers in last year worked digitally, and they showed us how we can use data to help Canberra recover from the bushfires and then the COVID-19 pandemic, so that we could all foster a resilient Canberra community. And the Govhack 2021 themes, as Angus has highlighted, really continue to push forward some of those issues that really matters to us in government, to citizens and to the community: energy, infrastructure, our digital future, agriculture and the environment, and of course, health and well-being. So as we continue to live through COVID-19 pandemic, our communities are locking down across Australia. I heard Victoria's just locked down again. We're opening back up. People, families and businesses are continuing to be impacted in different ways. It really is distributed unevenly across the Australian community. And so as we continue to learn about this, about what's happening, what the impact is, we need to think about each other, about what an inclusive and resilient Canberra and Australian community means for us. And so how we can use data to improve our responses and to build our resilience now and into the future. So the Govhack Themes really talks about the things that we are thinking about in terms of priorities for government: sustainable economic recovery and growth, fostering new skills and creating jobs, safeguarding our community from the next natural hazard, working towards a net zero emissions economy, improving our mobility around our cities and across Australia, but continuing to foster wellbeing outcomes for all. So we are really excited again at what new and innovative ideas our Govhackers will bring. I'm particularly keen to see how we continue to work as a data community to drive innovative ways of thinking and using data, coding from our homes in Canberra or any other exotic locations. Govhack 2021 creates another opportunity for our participants to work with government data to solve our challenges and to successfully show how we can collaborate, co-create, and deliver any innovations anywhere, anytime. So we've got 2 weeks. Bring your friends, colleagues, kids. I wish you luck, lots of laughter and good fun over the Govhack weekend coming up. Thank you, Angus. Back to you.
Well, thank you, Ms. Wiley, for those amazing words. And I guess one of the pieces that really resonates there is that message of inclusion. And Govhack is really about having everyone have a go. And that it's not just for those out there of you that are excellent with data. There's certainly the opportunity, those that do excel, but it's an opportunity also for those that maybe haven't seen that data before to come and get involved. So please don't hesitate to sign up if this is your first time. And thank you all for joining us today. I hope that you've heard a little bit more about Govhack. I definitely recommend to register on hackerspace.govhack.org if you haven't already, and get excited for Friday the 20th of August. There's a couple of links up on the screen for those of you that are new or joining us again this year. So definitely jump onto our Slack at govhackhq.slack.com and join us in the main channel there. You can also find the hashtag #FindTeam for those who are new. And don't hesitate to join a couple of the other channels, certainly the ACT region one. We'll be able to answer any of your questions, introduce you to each other, and find out a little bit more about what's happening over the next 2 weeks. If you have any really big questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to support@govhack.org. And feel free to check out our website, govhack.org, as well as some of our year in review documents and what's on Hackerspace for previous challenges and project submissions to get an idea of what it's about. Finally, please feel free to join us in the next few minutes on Zoom via the link and password that you can see on the screen. That's govhack.org/2021 ACT, and the password 642811 for any types of questions that you wanted to answer or ask, and or in the other participants as well. Thank you.